Do you list from your phone or nah?
What is up, beautiful people? TJ and April here with another Pallet Jackin Table Talk. April is already just not even knowing what to do.
Listen, when he said, "Are you gonna do the intro?" Y'all should have knew it was gonna be something ridiculous.
So we are going to be doing our Pallet Jackin Table Talk today on whether or not you list from your phone or if you list from your computer on eBay. This is a debate between me and April because April prefers to list. She does a combo, kind of.
I use both. I use both of them. I mean, it's probably not as efficient for some, but for me, it works. Like I'm talking, I can just bang them out. When
I ain't got time to be getting on no computer, so we're gonna talk about it. You know, there's definitely pros and cons, I guess, from listing on your computer. There's definitely more things to see on the computer. There's probably more options on the computer. I feel like they've tried to streamline it because they just recently changed it to look a lot differently than how it looked before. But I just can't get into listing on the computer.
Okay, so let me tell you why I can't do it on the cell phone.
Okay.
Because I already can't type. And TJ know. Ain't no telling what them titles will be saying. If I had to type it on my phone just be doing whatever. So I prefer to list everything on the computer, save it as a draft, and then I will take the pictures and upload them from the draft on my phone.
Which sounds like a pretty easy process, and it actually works very well if me and April are working together at the store. So April, you know, a lot of times April will be on the computer doing all the stuff. She'll create the draft, and then I'll go in and I'll add the photos and put the location of the item, and then I'll put the item up, and then, you know, I'll list it.
Right.
Finish the listing from my phone. But April, she'll go in and just create drafts. So I may have 5-6 drafts ready, and then I can just take pictures of those 5 or 6 items, you know, finish the listing, which April already put the pricing and everything on there.
Yeah, you don't do nothing.
The only thing I have to do is literally upload the photos and then put the location of where I'm going to put the item and then save it. And April's working on, you know, more drafts, you know. So I think that's a good thing. That's actually going to be a good topic to add. I need to add that to our roster.
Okay.
Is getting drafts ready,
right?
And the process for getting drafts ready. But
right, because I also do that when I'm like ready to go. I'm just trying to create all these things, and I take all the pictures, and I just have all these pictures, and then I take a picture of the bin where I put it at, and then when I go home, I just sit there kick my feet up on the couch, and I just upload all my photos. I mean, that's why I like using the computer, because it just seems like it's faster for me than me doing it on the phone. Okay,
so the reason that I choose my phone, choose the list for my phone, is normally what I do is I take a large pile of items. So I'll say 25, 30 items, whatever it is, that my more than ambitious goal, because I never get those things. I never get that many listed, but I always have, I'm an overachiever. So I'll take 50 items and I say, okay, I'm gonna list 50 items today. And then what I'll do is I'll go and I'll take about 5 of those photos, or 5 or 10 really nice photos. And I'll go ahead and, you know, if I'm working out of a bin, so we work on a bin system. We have just different bins labeled. Yeah, I've seen videos about that in the past, but I'll go ahead and put those items in the bins that they're going to be in. And then I'll go, after I get my 10 items photographed, I'll go on my phone and do the listing for those 10 items. And then I already have the photos on my phone. Now, where I do run into a problem is because I have to look up the item, you know, so I still have to pick up the item again, you know, scan the barcode or type in whatever the item is, find the sold comps to price it and all that, you know, kind of stuff. And I always do lists similar because I ain't got time to be building no listing unless I have to. Sometimes you have to, you know, build a listing, but for the most part, I just, you know, sell similar, and kind of steal somebody else's listing. Yeah, but that, you know, that process works for me. I feel like I get a lot more done if I do it that way, because if I get on the computer, I'm lost and I feel like I can't get my footing, you know, when I'm trying to list the stuff.
Okay, not only can I not type, my attention span is like that It's that small.
Yeah. Well,
so if I had my phone in my hand the entire time I was supposed to be listening, I'll be scrolling through TikTok, looking on Facebook, like especially if I'm like looking up something, like if I'm having to look up an item, because you know you have your phone, you scan it and you scan, you know, whatever, then I'm getting notifications from all, so then I'm like sidetracked. So I just, like, for me personally, I know the way I am as far as like getting sidetracked. If I did that, I'd never get anything. Now I have 5 items listed,
right,
like for real.
So this is what I want to do on this video. I want to show you, like, give you a visualization of how April does it versus how I do it.
Right.
You know, just to see the 2 different styles. You know, especially if you're like a person that's new to reselling, you know, I think it's beneficial to see how other people's process work. And also, if you are a person that do actively list on eBay, you know, maybe a different perspective of how, you know, you always list things, because I always only thought that you could list things from your from the computer,
right,
for the longest, because I didn't realize that you can list the stuff from the app until I saw somebody, you know, and I'm like, oh shoot, you can list from the app. I'm doing that,
right. You just sit up on your couch and do it. And which I use, like I said, I use a combination of both. It's easier once I have, because you know, once you have the photos and stuff already in eBay, once you go into the draft, it's just easy. You just hit the add photo, and then now you just adding all the photos, and then you hit submit.
Right.
You're done.
Right.
And then I can fly through those. But if I had to get my phone, scan the barcode, find it on eBay, I'm scrolling through eBay, finding the listing that I'm, you know, gonna sell similar, then I see such and such, start following you. Then I gotta put my thing down and I'm click on wherever, and I'm like, oh, they made a comment, well, let me go and write them back real quick. Then I'm like, when I see something else, and then I was like, I know what, I meant to tell TJ this, and I gotta send him a text message, and then I get finished doing with text message, and I go back, and they, you know, respond to my TikTok comment, and then now I'm just scrolling through TikTok, and then, you know, it's 45 minutes later, and I still
Ava ain't done that. Ava say 45 minutes is like really 3 hours later, because she tried to make 4 TikToks by the end and all kind of stuff, and she ain't listed the crap.
I ain't listed.
It's what happens.
Not one thing. So I sit on the computer, and then I search that way. I don't pick up my phone. I will search that way. I'll create how many ever drafts, and then I can list 15 items like that.
Yeah.
You know.
So we're gonna cut to the computer, and I'm gonna show you exactly like how I do it first, and we'll show you how April does it.
Right.
See which method you like better. Right. All right. So we're gonna talk through my process. What I did first was I took the photo, I put it in the photo room, and then I just take the background out. Obviously, normally I would take more photos, but this is just a generalization of my process. I always do it in photo room so I can add that really nice crispy white background. But you can put whatever background that you want to in it. I save it to my phone. And normally I'll do this for each product first before I go into eBay. So then I go into eBay. In general, if it has a UPC code, I'll just scan it. That way you pull up the correct product, because sometimes, you know, you can pull up the wrong product. I go find one that closely matches my item, and then I'll go down and I'll find the sell similar button. Sometimes you can't do sell similar if they're international shipping, or if they are from international. So I go in, I'll add the photos into eBay, and then I'll definitely go, this always step number 2 is to go down and add the custom SKU of where I'm going to put the item. I chose bin 1 for this one. And then also you need to double check and make sure all the information is correct. It matches what you got exactly. A lot of times when I do sell similar, it automatically does this auction. So I have to make sure I remember to put it on buy it now. And then I'll input the price based on what the sold comps are, or based on what I'm comfortable with selling the item for. Me and April just debated about.
Right, because he was going to say free shipping, and I was like, how about $2.99?
So we did $2.99 shipping. We got another podcast about some shipping. And then that's it. That's basically, you know, my process in a nutshell. And, you know, I got that listed in it took about a minute if you looked at the time from start to finish. So that time is not that, you know, it's not that bad in terms of time, but, you know, if you're doing multiple products, obviously it's going to take you a lot longer, because you're going to have I'm gonna have to take multiple photos. I'm gonna have to do photo room multiple times, and it's gonna take a little bit longer. So I can probably, if I'm like really, really on, I can probably get a listing done in about 3 minutes, a quality listing in about 3 minutes. Especially if I got my music going, and I'm ready to roll. So now we're gonna go over April's process. First of all, before we go, let me know how my process is in the comment section below. How y'all like my process? All right, and then now let's get to April's process.
Okay, so let's imagine that this picture that on your screen was in a light box, and I probably would take multiple pictures of it in probably a million other items that I'm gonna have. Okay, so you can start from anywhere on eBay, and you're just gonna go in your search menu, and we're gonna search for whatever item that we have. All right, and then it's gonna pull up just like on the phone. It's gonna pull up all your different items, and we're gonna go ahead and go with this one here. And down to your left, we're gonna click this Sell Now button.
I was doing navigating. That's why I look kind of squirrely, because I didn't know.
Because TJ don't know.
I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
He's just there. So I'm gonna make sure that my title is correct. We're gonna make sure if I know where I'm gonna put it, which we assume that I do, we're gonna put everything in our custom SKU. I try to fill out as much information I can while I'm on the computer. I don't have to do anything when I get on the phone. I just have to upload it. Going ahead and do our new. TJ just was just scrolling. So we're gonna mark it as new, and right here is where you will put your description. I usually don't have anything like profound to put in the description. It's always whatever the item is. Usually whatever is in the title is what goes right there so it's a copy and paste. And then we're gonna price it $15.99. TJ was trying to do free shipping again, and I was like, how about $2.99? So here's where you would do all of your shipping. Put in all your weights, and if you know all that information. I'm usually sitting right next to the scale, and I have my tape measure, so I'm able to go ahead and weigh it, and then put in my actual dimensions, and then I will put in how much we are going to charge if we are charging for charging for shipping. Usually we are, so $2.99. TJ, type it.
They changed the way it looks, so it's kind of
take that free shipping off. So we're gonna put that $2.99 there, and here's where if you had any other stipulations, like where you're gonna be at, and then we're gonna hit save for later. Save for later. There we go. And then this is where your drafts will be. And from here, I would just scroll back up, and I will start the process over again, and I will have like a million. How many other things I'm listing for the day? You see where I took the pictures. I would have taken all of those pictures prior to me sitting down, and then I would sit down and I would list everything before I upload any of the pictures. So my drafts.
Yeah, so we're just going to assume that it's 10. April did 10.
All right, so from your drafts, you're going to go ahead and click your draft, and right there at the top where it says photo, we're going to upload our photo that actually is in the light box and not the background that you see there. And we're going to just scroll right on down. We're going to hit list. And that's it. We're done. I mean, TJ scrolling back and forth, but we just hit the list button, and there you have it. We have a listing. And then I will go back, and it will take you back to my drafts. After you do that, it go back to your drafts, and you just do it again. So it probably take me 5 minutes to upload all the pictures.
Okay.
So if just depending on how many I have, but like 5 or 10 minutes max to upload all my pictures. And it probably take me a little longer to do the listings just because it's so detailed on the computer. But still, doing it on the computer is not really that bad if you just do Sell Now. You don't have to change a few things.
Right. And I think that the beauty with the way that April does it is that she can do half and half. So, she can work and maybe do 20, get 20 drafts. And just because you get 20 drafts doesn't mean you have to do 20 every day. So that would be good, especially if you don't have that much inventory, but you have like a bunch of time one day where you can go through and create your drafts, and then you can kind of drip feed your items into your eBay store.
Right.
You can do 5 the next day, because now you have all the information in eBay. The only thing you have to add is the photos, which you've already taken. So you can go and add those photos in and then list those products while you're at home, while you're in the grocery store, while you're at work. I mean, not while you're at work.
Yeah. Don't do it. TJ trying to get y'all fired.
I'm trying to see if y'all caught that.
Don't do it at work. But you literally, because a lot of times, that's what I'll do. I like if TJ's not there. This worked perfectly with 2 people.
Right.
Because if TJ's there, I'm doing the drafts, and as the drafts are coming in, TJ's uploading the pictures. I mean, we just like rolling through them. And then when my daughter is with me, she actually would just take all of the pictures for me. I just say, here, take pictures of all this stuff, and she'll take every last one of the pictures. She have my phone, taking the pictures in my phone, and then I will do the drafts, and then we'll leave. Like, I won't even list anything while I'm at the store. When I get home and I have some downtime and I'm just sitting there on the couch doing nothing, I just go into eBay and start uploading my drafts.
Yeah.
You know, I say, oh, I did do 20 of them today. Then I guess I can go ahead and list about 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, so let me know in the comment section below how you like April's like it's a competition. Look at me.
Everybody go vote for April.
So that's pretty much how we list items. Definitely let us know in the comment section below if you have a different process, or if you like our process, or if you dislike our process. Just let us know how you list items, because we're always learning and growing, and there may be a better process for us to do. eBay is changing the platform now to where they're actually updating the UI, so there's a lot of changes in the actual listing program. And then obviously if you're listing on other platforms like Mercari, or it's going to be a different process, because it's not, it may be easier, it may be more cumbersome. Mercari.
Right. Oh my gosh, I hate listing on Mercari. That's why I haven't done it.
Yeah, so that's the topic for another day, is should you even like cross list items, because I feel like sometimes you shouldn't even cross list stuff. So stay tuned for that episode. But I think that's going to be it for today. If you like these types of videos, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we release the next video, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Yep.
Peace.